If this video does reach the FM community, I hope you all understand that this is a video game I love, and its destruction is something I take quite seriously because what's happening can't be ignored. But this is going to be quite a positive video. I am going to address some of the issues that are coming with Football Manager 25. First, I do want to go through why I love the game so much, and hopefully some of you can leave comments letting me know about some of the saves that you love doing and you know what you love about Football Manager, because that's what this is about. That's why I love making these videos. All the comments I get, they're amazing, they're class. I thank God every day that Football Manager exists, because if it didn't, I'd have to play FIFA or FC 25, whatever they call it now. Thank God I don't, because it literally, yeah. If I have to touch that game again, I'm gonna actually hurt someone. I have over 1,500,000, I don't have that many, Jesus. I have over 1,500 hours in Football Manager, which sounds kind of sad. Apparently this adds up to 62 whole days. And the worst thing about this is, compared to some of you in the comments, this is probably rookie numbers. Like, really. If this was a minimum wage job, I could have had a decent career in this. I mean, thank God it's not, because I don't think I'd ever get off the computer. Despite all this, FM25 is nowhere to be seen. It's basically Jay Slater. Or, I should probably do a football joke instead. FM25 is nowhere to be seen. It's basically Luke Shaw.
Your mum's on benefits.
Luckily, you can literally play any Football Manager game ever, and it's still really fun. I mean, I follow this Facebook group, and it's just old people who are playing the old Football Manager games, and I love it. And if this video does well, I'll probably make a video on this because it seems quite interesting. I want to play with David Beckham at Manchester United. That'd be sick. If you do play one of the old games, leave a comment and let me know. I'd love to see what people play. Why do people love this game so much? I mean, one of my favourite things to do is just chill and play the game. Maybe I'll put on a TV show, maybe I'll put on a YouTube video or some music. You can even play the game in the background if you want. It's something that doesn't require too much attention all the time, and much like a game like FIFA would, because you're only playing with yourself and you can really take your time with it if you want. This is a very realistic game, and you can kind of tell because if you know who Will Still at Reims is, and no, I'm not doing the meme, but this is a manager in the French league who grew up playing Football Manager, and he didn't even have a license when he started playing matches. So he does credit a lot of his career to Football Manager, and he's a successful manager. That could be me or you. I mean, it won't be, but it could be. Even Ange Postecoglou, the Spurs manager, who I know is not very popular right now, but still a successful manager, he credits a lot of his career to Football Manager and says how much he loves playing the game and how realistic the tactics are.
Like all beginnings, mine were fairly humble. It's amazing what you can do in real life, even more amazing what you can do in Football Manager. It's where it all started for me.
The database as well is insanely accurate. There's a rumour that Liverpool based their Robert Firmino signing on Football Manager, and I mean, I don't believe this rumour, but he has always been a German Football Manager. You can do any tactic you want. Obviously there are metas, and there are things that have broken the game throughout the years, but still you can succeed using any tactic, really, as long as you perfect it. If you're asking what my tactic is, don't worry. I'm not a feminist. I can cook.
Not a feminist. I can actually cook.
Or I guess as a man, the meme would be that I am a feminist and not a cook. Not to be confused with any other type of cooking. I started a Newcastle save to get some clips for this video, and the tactic I use here is a 4-3-3. I'll show some of the things here, but it's just a tactic I'm really positive about. I often like the control possession tactic, but add a bit of a counter-attacking flair to it as well. And I find this works really well with pretty much any team I use. But another tactic I did use, which is very different, is one that I did in my Manchester United career. I am a United fan, by the way. When Ruben Amorim took over, I decided to see if I can emulate his tactics in the game, and I had cooked up this 3-4-3 and it works amazingly well. I won the Premier League with it. It's a cool tactic and I score loads of goals. I concede a lot, but I score a lot of goals, and that's the real quiz.
And that's the real quiz. That was the real quiz.
This Newcastle save was super fun, by the way. I almost signed a Neymar on it, but against my better judgment, I thought I might need the money elsewhere. I did sign Paulo Dybala though, and he's been a lot of fun to play with. I tried to do a few different tactics as well. I'm really enjoying this save. I might keep doing that after this video and see how far I can go with it. One of my favourite saves I've ever done is with Schalke. This is a save I'd recommend to anyone. They're a club that used to be a big club in Germany, but they're 100 million in debt now. They've been relegated and they've got a few great players that are a lot of fun to play with. Unfortunately, he's gone now, but Asan was a player I used quite a lot and took him to being an academy prospect to one of the best players in the world. I signed Ahmad from United for free, and he was sick. And by the way, this was before he really blew up this season, so I'm just saying, maybe make me a scout. Oh, and also, Rachid Labris, obviously he's a new gen player, but wow. He's someone I will never forget, and he doesn't even exist. He is class. I mean, look at his stats. Oh, I signed him for 30 million and he won me the Bundesliga. One of the best players I've ever used in FM and one of the most fun players. I really love him. I've done a few saves with Birmingham and Wrexham as well. I found those quite fun. The Birmingham one's still ongoing for me. I'm kind of struggling in the Championship with them, so if you have any tips for me of getting out the Championship, let me know, because I absolutely walked League One. But the Championship is a different story. It's just so competitive. All in all, the game got me through university. I think a lot of people my age will feel the same way. Now I need it to get me through working life. So where is FM25? I do confuse myself a little bit because in the little in the notes I wrote where is FC25, and FC25 is obviously here, but unfortunately I wish it wasn't. Now, Football Manager was supposed to arrive at the end of October or the start of November, and obviously this never materialised, which is kind of concerning. It's supposed to sort of coincide with the beginning part of the Premier League season, basically, or any European top league season, because that is where most football fans are. This is supposed to happen every single year. This year, the game is coming at the end of March, nearly 6 months late. And to make this even more concerning, this release date is the end of the fiscal year for Sega, who make Football Manager, which means they're not doing it because they'll have the game finished by then. They're releasing it at that time because financially, that's literally at the last point they can release it. And you know what? Usually I'd give them credit for actually taken time to finish the game, but they took pre-orders on the promise that it'll be out in November, and it's a pretty scummy thing to do from Sega. I'm not going to blame Sai. I think Sai are a great company, they've made a great game, but Sega, who are overlooking all that, scum, to be honest. Now, why is it taking so long? It's basically a glorified spreadsheet, right? Well, this year they're planning on using the Unity game engine, and they've planned to do this for a few years now, but what the Unity game engine is going to do is it's going to bring some realism to the game. I think FIFA or FC25 or whatever, a lot of good games use the Unity engine, and for context, this is what Football Manager looks like now, and this is what FC looks like now. There's a stark difference, right? When I'm playing FM, there's no point even having the gameplay on sometimes because it just doesn't look realistic. I mean, this is my game face. This ain't look nothing like me. So the Unity game engine, they're taking some time trying to integrate that. And I would have sympathy for them, but they did pick this year to do it, and they have spent years developing it. So I don't know. I don't develop games. I don't know if it's hard or not. I don't know how difficult this would be. They're also adding a women's league. Now, this might be controversial. There are probably some men out there who hate women, and hold your horses. I would love to play FM Save with a women's league. And this isn't me trying to be all feminist or anything. I just think it'd be really fun to take the women's side of Manchester United and see what I can do with them. There is also a level of controversy from them removing certain features from the game, a lot of screens. A big one is online career modes. Now, I don't have any friends, so I don't do this, but for a lot of content creators, a lot of people, they like this online career mode, and it is a shame they're removing it, so I can see why people are upset about that. Overall though, Football Manager is one of my favourite franchises of all time, and it's something that I'll always stick with. And I think they're trying to dumb down FM to make it more accessible to not just a demographic of 20 to 35-year-old males who are trying to avoid the real life consequences of your decisions. But that market's really going to suffer, and it's a shame. Will you be playing FM25 when it comes out, or are you going to wait to see if it's any good? Because that is something I'm quite interested in knowing. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, absolutely smack the like button. Absolutely smack the like button as well as the subscribe button. Check out any of my other videos. I usually make videos on TV shows, anything else I have an opinion on. But I do want to get into talking about video games a bit more, so stick around for that. Let me know what you thought, and also follow me on Instagram, because maybe I'll play some more Football Manager and update you guys on there. That could be quite fun. Just make sure you follow it, because I'm trying to promote that, as well as my other social medias. I don't know how I'm going to edit this, to be honest. So if you enjoyed the video, do all that. I really appreciate it. We're growing the channel. We're going to hit 500 by the end of the year, and it's going to be great. Thank you for watching.